So in the 4 games that we've played this season, that we've actually played ourselves, one of the things that I've noticed is that it's been against some pretty easy competition, okay? So those games were as follows: the Detroit Pistons, the Seattle Supersonics, the Phoenix Suns, and then most recently our 115-99 victory over the Vancouver Grizzlies, okay? So that got me to thinking, for our February game, we're going to have to play somebody that's pretty damn good. Welcome back, everybody, to episode 25 of the Louisville Badgers. And right off the bat, there was a few games that I was looking at here. Washington's not a bad team as far as they've got some good pieces in place, but they're not overall a good team yet. They got Bradley Beal, they've got Jarrett Culver, John Wall might be back. We never know what's going on with John Wall. Either way, as I look through these games, I mean, Boston's really not a juggernaut anymore. They don't have Kyrie anymore. They don't have Anthony Davis like they had last season. Those guys are gone now. So when you go to the end of the month here, though, that's when you get into some of the harder games. So I'm looking here at the Knicks game on the 25th and the Bucks game on the 27th. Now, we did play the Knicks in one of the episodes last season, right? And so, given the fact that their team hasn't changed all that much, despite the fact that, Michael Porter Jr. has become a much bigger part of the team now and stuff like that. Otherwise, they really haven't changed a whole lot. So, given that we've played them already, I think what we're going to do is we're going to go up against the Milwaukee Bucks, okay? And one of the reasons is because, when you look at this team, they might not look like a whole lot on the surface, but I mean, Giannis is a 99 overall, okay? Right off the bat, he's going to be he's going to be like nothing we faced this season so far. I'm trying to think back to the best player we faced so far this year, and I've got to be honest, I think it was literally was it Devin Booker? Maybe Blake Griffin? I really don't even know. So those guys, I don't think either one of them were even in the 90s. Maybe Booker was a 90 overall at best. But either way, those guys are nothing compared to what Giannis is. So basically, if you take Giannis away from this team and leave everybody else, this is about what the competition would look like as far as who we've been facing so far this year. So this is going to be a hell of a matchup, okay? So alongside Giannis, they've got Eric Bledsoe still. They've got Buddy Hield, who they acquired last year, mid-season, before the trade deadline. They've got Alonzo Trier, who they picked up in the offseason in free agency. They've got Jordan Bell, who I think they picked up last season before, not this past free agency, but the one before. Kenrich Williams, Trey Burke, Dedmon, Mike James. Where is... Okay, there he is. Bol. Why is he outraged? I don't know. Something's going on with him. He should be like a 77 overall or maybe even better. But he's outraged at the moment. So we'll have to see what's going on with that. But I do believe he'll be playing. I can't imagine that Mozgov or Dedmon would start over him. Or he'll at least be getting significant minutes. So we'll get to see Bol as well. Hopefully we'll get to see him. But either way, man, this team is not going to be any kind of walk in the park. I feel like we have some matchups that'll be favorable. I will be able to put Jaren Jackson on Giannis and try my best to neutralize him with Jaren Jackson. But the only thing we can hope to do is hold him to something like 20 points. If we could hold him to like 20 points or in that ballpark, that's a win for us. To keep him out of that 30 or 40 point range or that triple-double range, that's what we're trying to do. But one of the big reasons I plan on putting Jaren Jackson on Giannis is because I'm not really worried all that much about Jordan Bell. He's 6'9" power forward, so there's a chance we might even be able to bring Baisley in the game, put him on him, and I do believe that Josh Richardson, with his height and length, could hang with him as well. So we'll see what we do in that regard, but I do think that I'm almost 100% sure I got to put Jaren Jackson on Giannis. Otherwise, he's gonna crush us if I don't do that. So anyway, first, what I want to do real quick is I want to go over here to where is it? Player mentorships. So somebody had mentioned in the comments last episode or the episode before, somewhere around there, that we should have DeAndre Jordan mentoring none other than Jackson Hayes. And that is a wonderful idea. That's exactly what we need to be doing. Let me just make sure that DJ is not actually, okay, he's mentoring Jaren Jackson. So let's change that. Let's see, dismiss mentor. And we'll get somebody else to mentor Trey J. So what I'm going to do for Jaren Jackson is I'm going to have Domantas Sabonis mentor him because he's a little older. And, you know, I think that'll work out just fine. I don't think there's any problem with that. Brick wall and hustle rebounder. I think those will be perfect badges for Jaren Jackson, especially that hustle rebounder badge. That's one that I really, really want to have him, get here in the near future. So we'll do that. I think that's a match made in heaven right there. I probably should have had it set up like that to begin with, but I had Sabonis mentoring Sharif O'Neal. But I think Jaren Jackson's a little more important to the future of this team than Sharif is at this point, at least. But that now opens us up to have Jackson Hayes mentored by DeAndre Jordan. So where is he? All right, this is perfect. All right, so what we're going to do is we're definitely going to do pick and roller because he's got a gold for that. And I think we're going to do rim protector and then also hustle rebounder. I think those 3 badges right there, at least to start off, I think will be great. Of course, brick wall is a great badge. I would love to have that, especially in gold. Lob City finisher is cool. He's only got bronze for defensive stopper. Otherwise, that one would be pretty cool. So there's a couple of these personality badges I'd like him to have as well. But we'll start off with the pick and roller, rim protector, and hustle rebounder. I think those are perfect. Not only just for a young player, but for Jackson Hayes in particular. I think those would be great badges for him. And then one last thing I want to do is that a lot of you guys have been mentioning to me the fact that guys like Avery Bradley and Meyers Leonard are not getting a whole lot of playing time, and they deserve it. So if they're not going to get the playing time that they deserve, what I think I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to put them on the trading block and see what we might be able to get for them. Now, I'm hoping to get a pick for one of these guys, like a good pick. But, if it's a young player that we can develop, I would take that as well. Meyers Leonard is not that old, but he's 28. Avery Bradley is 30. I would love to keep Avery Bradley around, honestly. Meyers Leonard's the guy I want to trade more so, only because Avery Bradley can come in the game, late in games especially, and play amazing defense for us. That's just the way he is. I mean, he's an awesome defender. Meyers Leonard, we just got a lot of shooters on this team, and we've got enough guys down in the front court that I don't think we really need him. So we're going to put him on the trade block, and we're going to throw Avery Bradley on there as well. Why not? We'll see if we might be able to get something for him. Also, I want to add Anthony Edwards to our untouchables because he is 100% untouchable. Same with Ja Morant. Okay, yeah. So our big 3, those are the guys that are untouchable right now. But we're going to keep Avery Bradley and Meyers Leonard on the trade block, and we're going to move forward like that. So now that we got all that out of the way, we're going to go ahead and simulate up to the NBA All-Star Captain, draft day. So that's what I want to be able to see. I want to see if our boy Ja or even Jaren Jackson get into the All-Star game and get selected by one of the captains. That would be so awesome because, as you guys know, in our first 2 seasons in the NBA, we didn't have anybody that was even close to an All-Star. I mean, maybe you could argue that Jaren Jackson might have been close in one of those seasons, but he just wasn't there. I would never say he was snubbed because he simply wasn't there yet. This year, I think I really feel like he deserves it, especially because not only is he putting up points, but he is easily our best defender. He is, he's a mini Kawhi Leonard. I'm not going to say he is on that level, but he could get to that level at some point in the future. He's on that path at least. So we're going to simulate up to here, and then we will simulate past this and get up to the actual All-Star game if we do have guys in the All-Star game, and maybe we'll play a little bit of it. All right, so the All-Star captains have been announced, and it's now time to pick teams. Do you wish to stop simulation? Yes, we do. All right, which team do you want to make selections for? We'll just say Team Giannis, but what we're really going to do is just simulate it. So Steph and Giannis are the All-Star captains. So let's go ahead and auto-draft through this thing right now. Look at that, man. I'm like a proud father right now. Look at Team Steph on the left-hand side there. Of course, you got your starters with Steph Curry, James Harden, Jokic, Embiid, and Drummond. Wow, that's a really crazy front court right there with 3 centers. Either way, on your reserve side, you've got Anthony Davis, Russell Westbrook, D'Angelo Russell, and then here's where it gets interesting. Our boy Ja Morant, first-time All-Star in his 2nd season in the league. like I said, man, I'm just like a proud father right now. That is awesome. Porzingis, second-time All-Star. He's also on the reserve for Team Steph. Zion making his All-Star team for the first time as well. And then your boy Jaren Jackson Jr., well-deserved. Could not be happier for him, man. All-Star for the first time as well. And on Giannis's team, you've got Giannis, LeBron, that's OP right there, Kawhi, Kyrie Irving, and Ben Simmons. Those are the starters. Really, really amazing team on that side. Then you got your reserves, Dame Lillard, Karl Anthony Towns, Vucevic, DeMarcus Cousins, Klay Thompson, Kyle Lowry, and Julius Randle. You see Randle making it for the second consecutive year. So now that we know that we've got our two main guys in the All-Star game, we are going to be at least playing some of it here on February 21st. We're going to hop into the game. I'll give you guys some of the highlights of it. Not going to play the whole thing because it's an All-Star game. You know what I mean? There's not really, no ramifications of the game, whether we lose or win. But I do want you guys to at least get a look at our boy Ja Morant and our boy Jaren Jackson in their All-Star game unis for the first time ever. But before we simulate the rest of the way up to the All-Star game, we are here at the trade deadline, so I do want to put Meyers, Leonard, and Avery Bradley into the trade finder and see what we can get for them real quick. So here we are in the trade finder. We're going to go ahead and throw Meyers, Leonard in there first and see what we might be able to pull in for him. So after looking over some trades, I found one that I kind of like here. So we're going to take on Mitu, who is a younger player, a guy that we might be able to develop. He's a cheaper contract, and we also get a 2024 second-round pick out of the deal. I don't hate this deal, and I think it really works out for both teams, so we're going to go ahead and do this one. So that's going to be it for our moves as far as before the trade deadline. However, I will give you guys a recap of everything else that went on around the NBA trade-wise at the end of the episode. But for now, let's go ahead and simulate up to this All-Star game. Oh my goodness. Okay. So, yeah, this is not good at all. So I'm actually pretty glad that we retained Avery Bradley because Anthony Edwards, broken left ankle, and I believe he had an ankle issue before when he was out. He's going to be out for the next 6 to 8 weeks. He's having such a great rookie season, but he's having a little bit of trouble staying on the floor. That's the only problem here, is the injury thing. So we're going to have to, ease him right back into things when he does come back, and it's probably going to be close to the playoffs, if not into the playoffs, by the time he's back and, 100%. So let's go ahead and adjust this rotation now. So we're going to put Keldon Johnson in as the starter in Anthony Edwards' absence. I'm really hoping that he can step up in this time. I'm also seeing that Josh Richardson is, I believe, let's take a look here, wear and tear. Yeah, so he is just about sluggish right now. So we're going to have to reduce his minutes a little bit and maybe get some more minutes for Khalil Whitney in that time. So we'll keep him as the starter, but we'll put him down to 20 minutes a game. And then we will bump Whitney up, I guess, to like 18. And, yeah, that'll be fine right there. So we've got a lot of, this is a volatile situation right now. And then hopefully, man, Ant-Man Edwards can come back and come back strong before the playoffs. I'm really, really hoping that he's 100%, when we go into the postseason, because we do still have very high hopes of making it not only into the postseason, but hopefully maybe even winning a series or two. Now, before we play this All-Star game, let's go ahead back and recap the games that we played leading up to this. It looks like we were on a bit of a winning streak there, and then we went on a bit of a losing streak leading into the All-Star break. So let's go through and take a look at the stats in these games real quick. So first up, we had a 7-point win against Indiana Pacers, and if I'm not mistaken, I thought I saw that Kyrie Irving was injured. Okay, so he must not have been injured for this one. And he put up 23, 5, and 9 with 4 steals on us. Miles Turner with 18 and 2. Oladipo with 17 points. Jaren Jackson in this one, 29 points, 12 rebounds in 41 minutes played. Morant with very close to a triple-double, 22, 9, and 7. He also had a steal in this one. Next up, a 4-point win over the Bulls. Looks like Markkanen put up 20 and 13 on us there, but John Morant was the man of the hour, putting up 33, 6, and 5 with a steal. Jaren Jackson with 25 and 6 of his own. Next up, an 11-point loss to the Miami Heat. Looks like we had a pretty low-scoring game here, but Ant-Man put up 16, 4, and 3 with 3 steals. Josh Richardson going up against his old team put up 11 and 2. And then on Miami's side, they didn't really have a huge scoring game either, with Winslow having 17, 10, and 5, Saric with 16 and 9. Joe Harris, the ex-Badger, put up 15 and 6 on us. Next up, a huge win over the Phoenix Suns, who we beat by 40 points in this one. Barrett putting up 18 and 2, Isaiah Thomas putting up 15 points, but on our side, it was pretty well-rounded effort here. Keldon Johnson putting up 20 points, 2 assists off the bench. John Morant with 18, 7, and 5, and 3 steals. Jackson Hayes still playing very well, 14, 7, and 3, 4 steals and a block, man. What a game for him. Next up, a 19-point win over the Toronto Raptors, where John Morant put up 22, 2, and 6. Jaren Jackson with 18 and 9. And the Raptors on their end, Marc Gasol, 23 and 8. Serge Ibaka, 17. Next up, an enormous 44-point win over the up-and-coming Washington Wizards. He only scored 4 points in the third quarter. Oh my God. We outscored them 37-4 in the third quarter. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. John Morant on triple-double watch once again with 30 points, 8 rebounds, 12 assists, and 2 steals. Jaren Jackson, 25, 15, and 4. Just a monster game from our two-headed monster there. Jarrett Culver just continues to roll along with 27, 3, and 5 in this one, and he's having himself just one hell of a season. Once again, 22 points per game. Man, this guy is special. Next up, a big loss to the team that we're going to be playing very, very soon here. The Milwaukee Bucks beat us by 34. John Morant with 21, 6, and 3. Jaren Jackson with 21, 5, and 3. And then, of course, Giannis on their end, 25, 8, and 7. Trier with 24. After that, it was a 10-point victory over the Boston Celtics. Morant and Jaren Jackson are leading scorers once again. Kemba Walker with 26 and 3 for the Celtics. Up next, we had a 17-point win over the Seattle Supersonics. John Morant and Anthony Edwards coming up big in this one. John Morant, again, close to a triple-double, man. He keeps getting very close every single time. And then the Supersonics, of course, it was Cam Reddish with 20 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists. Next up, we beat the San Antonio Spurs by 19 points. Jaren Jackson, Ant-Man Edwards, and John Morant all showing up big in this one. DeMar DeRozan putting up 21, 4, and 3 for the San Antonio Spurs. And then, what is this? Marc Gasol. Did we just play against him on the Raptors like 2 games ago? What? Okay, so he must have got traded at some point. But anyway, Marc Gasol put up 18, 6, and 6 on us. Okay, we'll have to take a look at that. So, looking through here, it looked like this could have been a trade with the Raptors, between the Raptors and Spurs, maybe for Aldridge. I don't even see Aldridge in here anymore. So he's either injured or he got traded to the Raptors. We'll have to take a look at that. Next up, a 6-point devastating loss to the Grizzlies, who are one of the worst teams in the NBA. Once again, Valanciunas just stomping all over us like he did in the game that we played against them last episode. Isaiah Stewart had a decent game. Next up, a big 28-point loss to the Washington Wizards. Culver putting up 30 on us. John Wall actually is back. He is healthy. Puts up 17 and 10 on us. Beal didn't even really do a whole lot, but they still beat us. Jaren Jackson actually did play well in this game. Put up 20 points. Morant put up 15. And then the last game before the All-Star break, a 7-point loss to Larry Nance and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Larry Nance putting up 28, 7, and 3 on us. He's in the lead right now for the running and 6th man of the year, I believe. Jaren Jackson putting up 22. And so with that final loss on the 4-game losing streak, that rolls us straight into All-Star Weekend, which will hopefully be a lot more positive for us than this 4-game losing streak was. So we know that the All-Star game itself is here on February 21st, but we will simulate through the February 19th and February 20th, where we've got the Rising Stars game and we've got the NBA dunk contest and 3-point contest. So first up, the Rising Stars game. Simulate through that one. Let's take a look at the box score here. Morant actually played in this one as well. He had 19, 5, and 12. Culver with 18, Reddish with 13. And then on the world side, it was Luka with 19, 7, and 2. Who's this? Cody Martin? Cody Martin, 17, 2, and 2. Will Rogers, I believe, one of our hashtag ad players with 11 and 3. Frank Fullwood with 10. RJ Barrett with 10. Bo Bamba with 9 and 8. Barkel Bennett with 9, 3, and 4. So decent game all the way around. Now it's the dunk contest and the three-point contest. We'll simulate through that one. It looks like Culver won the three-point contest and Dennis Smith Jr. wins the slam dunk contest. So really, really cool honor for those two young guys. We know that Dennis Smith Jr. is awesome at dunking the basketball. He's got amazing moves. But we did not know that Jared Culver had a three-point contest win in his DNA. But it looks like he does, man. This kid is really, really blossoming into a straight-up superstar. But anyway, now it is February 21st, and it is our time to shine. Morant and Jaren Jackson both playing in their first All-Star game ever. Could not be more deserved. If you look down in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, you will see that we are 39 and 19 on the season, and so much of that success is owed to those two guys right there. I could not be more proud or happy for them that they're in this All-Star game because they 100% deserve to be. So let's hop in. We'll play a little bit of the All-Star game. We'll at least play up until the point where they put Ja and Jaren Jackson into the game and then remove them. Once they're removed from the game for the first time, I think that I'll simulate the rest of it. But we'll at least get a chance to take a look at these guys in the All-Star game, see what they're all about, see how things are on the big stage. Now, I know you guys have already seen the All-Star lineups, but we'll take one more look at it. On our side, because Curry is injured, we got Westbrook starting at point guard, then Harden, Drummond, Jokic, and Embiid. And we're going up against Simmons, Irving, James, Leonard, and Antetokounmpo. So let's go announce that the Badgers have arrived at the All-Star game and take this thing over like damn gangbusters.
However, give the fans more.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of the fans, we love the fans, don't we?
Oh, we love it.
You fans out there, all of you who are watching us right now,
thank you.
we love you. We love you, fans.
From the heart, brother.
We really do.
From the heart.
We
Touch
really
your TV
do.
screen. Touch it.
Touch it.
Touch it. Touch it. Touch it.
Oh, there's something there. There's something there.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Hi everyone, we welcome you to the NBA All-Star Game. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg.
And you know what? This is probably, Kevin, my favorite date on the NBA calendar. I mean, with the amazing collection of players we have here tonight, this year promises to be an epic event.
Absolutely.
So here we are at tip-off at our first NBA All-Star game for any of the Louisville Badgers in this franchise so far. We are on Team Steph, of course, wearing the black jerseys, the all-black jerseys, and just as I was about to say that there probably won't be much defense in the game, Joel Embiid actually made almost a pretty good play, and we're going to start it off with a dunk. Let's go. Embiid, man, he's a monster. This is going to be actually really fun for me to play with a bunch of stud players, just the best players on the planet, all gathered up in one game. Now, our team captain, Steph Curry, he's actually out with injury right now, so, he's not going to be playing in this game. He's got some sort of nagging injury, but either way, he won't be playing. So, I'm hoping that our boy, Brett Brown, Alvin Gentry it is, actually, because we're on the west side because Steph's the one that drafted us. So, Alvin Gentry, I'm hoping that he subs in Morant sooner than later, given the fact that there's no Steph Curry. So, so anyway, this is going to be, I think, a really cool game. The jerseys, it's tough, man, because we're 2 years in now. We're 2 years past these All-Star jerseys, and in 2K20, I have a lot of plans for 2K20, but one of those is to probably mod up. Whoa, my God. Anthony Davis sending that one into the 5th row, making his boy LeBron James look pretty silly there. Good job, AD. Loving it. Man, it's so fun playing with him, too. But, yeah, I'm thinking about putting together a mod next year for 2K20 for All-Star jerseys. And AD with the block and then follows it up with the steal, man. What a beast. And we're going to try to make it feel like an All-Star game by going with, alley-oops and stuff like that. But, I guess not really happening so far. But, yeah, anyway, like I said, I'm going to try to make it so that there's, like, a mod. I'm going to try to make a mod where I can actually have, new All-Star jerseys and try to get, nice dunk by LeBron. Try to get an idea of what they'll look like in the future and use those. All right, we're clinging to a 1-point lead here. Again, like I said earlier, Not a big deal whether we win or lose. It really doesn't make any kind of difference. And, oh my God, Julius Randle. Wow, buddy, did not know you had that in your bag. That was a pretty nice dunk, pretty emphatic on that one. So making us look pretty silly. But yeah, anyway. Oh my God. Oh no, Anthony Davis. Dude, this guy, he's an animal. He is an animal. What a poster on Julius Randle to return the favor. Man, Julius Randle looked like he went into like full protect his body mode there. Harden, we're going to pull up with him. Bang, man. He is this guy. Wow. Wowee, man. He is an assassin. And if I'm not mistaken, I think I see our boy Ja Morant on the sideline ready to come in. We're going to foul here and see if that's him. And it is. Our boy Ja Morant entering the game for the first time. You see Jaren Jackson still over there on the bench. Not a big deal, though. Not a big deal. We got Ja in the game, and I am ready. I am ready. I'm not gonna like, overuse him or anything like that. I want to keep it realistic, and do it like they would in the All-Star game. And Klay Thompson shoots like 90% from 3 points, so he's not ever gonna miss. All right, we got D'Lo bringing it up the court here. Over to Ja. Ja is playing point guard here, and okay. All right. Tried a little crisscross play there, and it didn't work out, and Dame Lillard is going to go all the way for the flush on that one. So our first All-Star game memory is having the ball stripped from us, but we're going to pull up, and bang, baby! My goodness, Kyle Lowry, get out of my face. Get out of my face, boy. Pulled up from the parking lot on that one. And Klay Thompson, of course, yeah, knew it. Knew it. Called it before it even went down. Drained it. Yeah, he just never misses. He never misses. 20 seconds left. Let's see if we can score one more bucket before the end of the first quarter. And the alley-oop. Why is nobody dunking these alley-oops? Are we just not throwing very good alley-oops or something? Like, I don't know why no one's dunking the ball. Come on, Kristaps. You gotta throw that down, buddy. All right, what do you got? Oh, whoa. Reverse layup. Okay, Karl Anthony Towns. Didn't know you had that. 2 seconds left. We'll just heave one up here. And, oh, that was good form. Oh, my God, he hit it. Oh, my God, he hit the shot. Hit the shot from the logo. Oh, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, Ja Morant? Steph who? Dame who? It is Ja Morant time here. So we are up by 2. Our boy Jaren Jackson has just checked into the game. And look at that, looking like Marcus Peters. Ball hawking there with the interception, trying to drive it up the court, and no go on that one. All right, so we tried to make a great play there. Tried to make a really good play, and Giannis beats us down the other end for the layup. But that was almost legendary. All right, Trey J inbounding the ball here. Gonna get it into Ja Morant, something we are quite familiar with. See if we can let Ja go to work here, get somebody open. Jaren Jackson. Oh, we know where that's going. We know where that's going. In the hole, baby. In the hole. He is just beast from mid-range. All right, so we're not going to play a whole lot more here. Whoa, he's wide. Nice dunk by Ben Simmons. What a cut there from him. Guy is amazing. But, yeah, we're not going to play a whole lot more. Yeah, steal there by the claw. And, yeah, All-Star game is just not... Whoa, how do you miss that, LeBron James? How do you miss it? Ben Simmons, no threat to shoot from out there. But, yeah, the All-Star game, just not that important. So we're going to wrap it up here. Don't got to press on Ben Simmons at all. Just got to watch him coming in. Oh, nice steal. Nice steal. Get the ball up to Zion. Let's get him involved here. Nice little layup there. So athletic move. But yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up, though. I'm not want to play too much more here. So our Team Steph, West All-Stars, I guess you could call it. we did come out of that with the win. We ended up winning 148 to 141. I simulated the rest of the entire game. Ja Morant ended up with 16 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists. Jaren Jackson Jr. ended up with like 4 points and I think 3 rebounds or something like that. Yeah, it was 4 points, 3 rebounds. But now it is time for us to simulate the rest of the way up to that February 27th matchup with the Milwaukee Bucks, which means only one more game. One more game to go, and it's against the overpowered New York Knicks, who just made a pretty big trade. I'm going to show you guys that actually pretty soon, and we simulate and we lose by 1. So let's see what happened here. So Ja Morant with 26, 1 and 6 with a steal. Not a bad game from him. Jaren Jackson with 22, 8, 2 steals. Keldon Johnson. Jackson Hayes still playing well in limited minutes here. Keldon Johnson with a decent game. He also had 2 steals. Zion Williamson stepping up big, man. 25, 11, and 2. He was probably the difference here, losing only by 1 point. That's devastating. But that gets us ready now for our February 27th showdown against Giannis and the Milwaukee Bucks. They don't have Mirotic anymore, so that's one stretch big that we don't have to worry too much about. But before we close out the episode, there's something I want to take a look at. We're going to look at the rookie report here because I want to show you guys how your hashtag ad players are doing. So right off the bat, as you can see, Jaden McDaniels having a great year, but our boy Ant-Man Edwards, oh my God, man. So sad to even see this, but he's having a great rookie season, man. 15.5, 4.5, 4, averaging a steal a game, almost a block a game. I mean, just a great season so far, but injured for the next 6 to 8 weeks. Jalen Lecque, RJ Hampton, Cole Anthony, Wiseman, Brian Antoine, all having great years. Let's see where our first hashtag ad player is, and it looks like Garrett Cerner. So he's having himself a great year. 12 points, 5.5 rebounds, 3.5 assists, over a steal per game, almost a block per game. Just a great year all the way around so far. Tomas Ribeiro, 12 points, 1 rebound, 4.5 assists per game. Not a bad stat line. Isaiah Stewart, number 1 overall pick, not having a bad year. 8 rebounds per game is good. Our boy Zach Little, the feel-good story of the NBA, 11 points, 4.5 assists per game. Markel Bennett, the beast, the 6'6" athletic point guard, 11 points a game. Jacob Thornton, our boy from the Sixers, almost 11 points a game, 2.5 rebounds, 4 assists. Pretty good stat line there, is averaging a steal per game. Our boy Anthony Redding, averaging almost 10 points a game, 2.8, 3 rebounds, 1 assist per game, but he's out for 6 to 8 weeks as well with a broken left ankle. Hashtag ad player, D. Sander of Brooklyn, averaging almost 10 per game. Who else we got here? Mac McClung having a good year. Luke Ogden, who, was he always on the Pacers or did he get traded at some point? Well, anyway, 8 points per game, 2.5 rebounds. Who else we got? Our boy Braylon Bennett, who I'm pretty convinced might end up being the best of the hashtag ad players eventually once he starts getting some more playing time. But 6.5 points per game for him. 6.5 also for Fishy Tuss. He's also averaging 4.5 assists and a steal per game. There's our boy Khalil Whitney. LaMelo Ball, man, what is going on with him? Only 6 points a game, but he's also averaging 6 assists. He's playing the minutes, 26 minutes a game, but whatever. I don't know what's going on with him. Will Rogers, 6 points a game. Looks like 2.5 assists to go along with that. Kyle Smith averaging 6 points per game, also almost 6 rebounds and 2 assists. So a pretty good season for him. He's got a pulled right calf muscle. Our boy Max Benda, 5 points per game, 4 rebounds. Pretty decent season so far. He's a 7'1" center. And we got Jonathan Muller averaging 4 points a game. Our boy Marcus Jansen averaging 4 points a game. It looks like the Nets have sent him down to the G League momentarily, at least for the time being. Our boy Rob Rich from the Los Angeles Lakers is averaging 3.5 points a game and a rebound and an assist. So now we're going to start getting into the area where guys, you see Russell Lloyd, Christian Garalamo averaging 3 points a game. These guys aren't getting a whole lot of playing time yet, but, we got to give them time. It's a rookie season. Daquan Bowers, he's with us on a 2-way contract, not doing bad, at least in fill-in duty whenever we have an injury. Dan Apollo, like I said, Liam Hollick, Khalil Carter, Matthew Sapine. We're getting down in the area where you're going to, be finding guys. Brian Jones, Chase Bradley, Aaron King. These guys aren't going to be getting a lot of playing time yet, even though Aaron King, he was a pretty high draft pick. But now I want to move over and take a look at the standings And as you see, we are sitting strong in 4th place in the East with a 39-20 record. And the rest of the division, you got the Sixers at 43-17. They're the best in the NBA. Brooklyn, New York, us, the Bucks, the Raptors. So a couple of 40-win teams in there, the Nets and the Knicks. And then over in the Western Conference, nobody at 40 wins yet. You got the Clippers at 39-21, followed by the Pelicans, Rockets, Nuggets, Warriors, and Lakers. But nobody with 40 wins over here yet. But the Pelicans are definitely surprising me right now. And then kind of the same thing here. We'll take a look at the playoff picture, but look at this. We are only 3.5 games back of the best team in the NBA right now, the Philadelphia 76ers, and there's 23 games left to play. We are 39-20 on the season, boys. Things are looking really, really good right now. If the season was to end today, we'd be playing the Milwaukee Bucks in a 4 versus 5 playoff matchup. Obviously wouldn't be an ideal situation, but as you guys already know, still plenty of time left in the season. But no matter who we play, they better beware that we are a young up-and-coming team and we are out for blood. And before we wrap things up for this episode, I did want to give you guys a look at least at what happened before the trade deadline. There was quite a few moves that did happen, but these were the most notable ones. Of course, you guys already know that we traded Meyers Leonard to the Spurs for Chimezie Metu and a 2024 unprotected second-round pick. We also made the trade to bring over Josh Richardson and Jackson Hayes. I already gave you guys the details on that one. But the Raptors traded Seth Curry and Marc Gasol to the Spurs for LaMarcus Aldridge and Bismack Biyombo. We kind of surmised that earlier when we saw Marc Gasol on the Spurs. Denver Nuggets traded Cassius Stanley and Lance Stevenson to the Knicks for Michael Porter Jr. and Mitchell Robinson. I really have to say, first of all, Michael Porter Jr. back on the Nuggets like he is in real life. Not only that, this was a big win, in my opinion, for the Denver Nuggets. Cassius Stanley might end up panning out to be a really, really great player in the NBA, but the Denver Nuggets just picked up Michael Porter Jr. and Mitchell Robinson, two guys that I believe they can use right away, and two very, very promising young players. A very shocking move, in my opinion. The Detroit Pistons traded away Tyler Herro in exchange for Rodney Hood and a 2023 first-round pick from the Dallas Mavericks. Very odd trade there, in my opinion. I don't know why you would give up Tyler Herro, especially when the Pistons aren't really competing right now. And, you know, if anything, why not develop him? Either way, whatever. But anyway, looks like it's the end of the Andrew Wiggins era in Minnesota, as he has been shipped off along with a 2022 second-round pick to the Cleveland Cavaliers for Larry Nance Jr. and Sekou Doumbouya. So a decent trade for both sides, honestly. I mean, could work out for either one of those teams in the future. Washington has traded TJ Warren, who has now been bounced around everywhere practically, and a 2025 second rounder to Orlando for Terrence Ross and a 2021 second rounder. And then another trade that I found was pretty surprising and kind of cool. The Los Angeles Lakers traded Lonzo Ball to the Cleveland Cavaliers in exchange for Derrick Rose and a 2022 second round pick. So Derrick Rose reunited with LeBron James over in LA. But anyway, that wraps it up for this episode. In the next episode, we are going to play the Milwaukee Bucks, but we are also going to do a good deal of simulating because I want to get very, very near the end of the season. We're only going to play one more game after the Bucks game before the postseason. Actually, you know, give me you guys feedback. Should we play the Bucks and then just simulate straight onto the playoffs and start getting into the playoffs? Because we, you know, feeling pretty confident that we're a playoff contender at this point. I mean, I can't imagine us not being in the playoffs unless we have a catastrophic meltdown. I mean, we're getting into the playoffs, and, you know, who knows? Maybe we go something crazy like 21-2 and end up at the first seed. But either way, none of that matters to me right now. All that matters is getting our first playoff berth. I don't care what seed we are, as long as we're in there, and as long as I have you guys cheering me on the entire way through this postseason. That's all that counts. But anyway, I cannot wait to see you guys back for episode 26. It's going to be awesome, especially if we simulate up to the playoffs. It's going to be fun. Cannot wait to see you guys back for that one. But until then, I will catch you guys next time.